Well, I was wrong about some things when it came to the election, but there were a couple of points that I did make in my videos when I was talking about what was going to happen that came to fruition. And what I mean is that they wanted you to believe that this race was close and that even though in the electoral college, uh, Trump destroyed Harris, but when it came to the popular vote, he only won by a few million. And what I was saying in my videos when it came to the election is that if it was even remotely close, or if there were a bunch of people voting for Harris, then it's bullshit already. I mean, it's already bullshit. It's all bullshit. But regardless, Trump won. It is what it is. What's done is done. I don't want to focus too much on that. I want to focus more on the future and going forward and what this could mean for the country and what may he do, may he not do, what could happen. What I see happening is there are going to be a lot of obstacles in his way. I mean, they tried to kill the man before he even got into office, right? Whether it was staged or not, it's a whole nother story. But because of that, I feel like now that he's actually going to be the president, people are going to try to do crazier things, right? And I really don't know to the extent that people are going to go to try to get in his way, but I anticipate there will be things that he will have to deal with in order to try to get whatever he's going to try to get done, right? Do I think he's going to change the country dramatically? Not necessarily him, but him being the president is going to galvanize other people to try to make changes in the United States. So, as much as I don't believe in politics or believe it's legitimate, I have to admit that he may cause things to improve in some sort of way. The only thing that I care about or that I want to see is free speech across social media platforms, regardless of social media. If he can implement that, and it has to do with Section 230, right, and all that other nonsense. If he can make it so that these social media platforms, namely YouTube, allows full free speech, other than, of course, nobody wants to see terrorist type of stuff or threats to people's lives, things like that. Obviously, yeah, I still agree that those things should be moderated or removed, right? So there should be some reasonable boundaries when it comes to free speech, but for the most part, if it's not anything psychotic like that, then I don't think people should be limited in their speech and the things that they can say. Because, like I was talking about on my live stream, my original YouTube channel, I used to say all types of crazy things. Nothing illegal or anything harmful or threatening anyone's lives or anything that was like terroristic or anything bad. But it was bad enough for YouTube to delete my Gmail and my YouTube, and that caused some issues in my life, right? Stuff like that should never happen. And on this channel, I limit myself in the things I can say because I try to make my videos to fit YouTube. That's why I have a Patreon. That's why I tell people to support me on Patreon, because I want to make more no holds bars kind of videos, like just videos where I say whatever I want, right, and talk about whatever I want. So that's why I keep telling people to go support my Patreon. But yeah, he won. It is what it is. I didn't have a horse in a race, but maybe going forward, I might just start grifting and become a Republican. Not really a Republican, right? Although I don't agree with anything on the left. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. There's nothing on the left that I agree with. And I talked about this in my videos with Kamala Harris and Trump. And I said, I don't understand how anyone with a rational mind or a sane mind can vote for a Democrat in any way. I don't see anything redeemable on that side. Any redeeming qualities. I'm like, what makes 60 something million, damn near 70 million people vote for Kamala Harris? I don't know. If those numbers are even accurate, right? Or if those numbers are even real. If you want to believe that Kamala Harris is that popular. I don't believe it, but that's what they're telling us, right? Those are the official numbers. So, if that's true, then what makes people want to vote? What's so good about that side? I don't see it. At least on the right, there are some good things, right? But my thing is just like religion or anything else. I don't think people have to be political or religious to be a good person. You can do these things without following a political party or following a religion. It's just a matter of having morals, right? And for the most part, I like to think that most people know what's right and wrong. Now, the people that indulge in evil things or things that are wrong are choosing to do that of their own accord, knowing that it's wrong because they want to satisfy their own ego or whatever the case may be, right? And those people you can't help. They're just sick, mentally deranged, evil people. There's nothing you can do about that. And that's what the left attracts. The left is full of those people, right? But when I say I'm going to grift, yeah, I might actually do that. I'm being real with you guys. I might just say that I'm a Republican and support Trump and all this other bullshit, but it's going to be for show, right? But in reality, I do agree with a lot of things on the right. And if I was political and I had to vote, then obviously I would have voted for Trump. Not that I believe in any of this shit, right? Because it's all fake. But if I were to play that game, I still think the whole system is bullshit. And even though he won the presidency, I still feel that there's more to come, more fireworks in terms of people trying to get in his way. And who knows if they'll have lawsuits or what. I don't know what kind of crazy shit's going to happen. But my hope, and I say this very lightly because I don't believe in any of this stuff, is that he'll be able to start to turn the country around and head things in the right direction. Right? If we're going to play this political game, if we're going to play this country game and, patriotism and all this nonsense, okay, let's play the game. So now he needs to do what he said he's going to do and start fixing the things that he said he's going to fix, right? He's talking about fixing the border, talking about fixing inflation and all these things that affect everyday, Americans. Getting rid of all these transgender things and here's another thing. I don't understand what women's obsession is with killing babies. I don't know what's wrong with these leftists that they want to kill babies, but they're sick, psychotic pieces of shit. When it comes to abortion, here's my take on that. Don't have a baby, don't have sex. If you don't want to get pregnant, then don't fucking have sex. Practice abstinence, use protection. Don't get pregnant and then say, "Oh, now I want to kill the baby." Of course there are exceptions when people get raped and all that. I don't want to get into all that nonsense. If you don't want to have a baby, don't fucking have sex. That's the way I feel about it. Period. I don't want to even... It's just nonsensical that's even something that people entertain. But regardless, these things need to be figured out because most of the things on the left are inhumane and they're evil. And they go against humanity. There's nothing redeemable on the left, especially the rainbow community. I think the rainbow community, or whatever you want to call that community, right? The alphabet community, they're probably the most anti-human thing there is. It's just whatever. Now, if you want to do that, fine. Do it behind closed doors, and don't fucking parade it around and tell people about it. No one gives a fuck about your weird sexual fetishes, right? And your weird fantasies. Keep that shit to yourself. That's the way I feel about it. But to me, it's very anti-human, and it doesn't lead anywhere good. It's demonic. It's evil. It's devilish. Whatever word you want to use for it. That's how I feel about that community. And I don't even want to talk about them. Let's just put it that way. But long story short, so this dude won. Let's see what he does, right? I'm gonna be, speaking about what he's doing and what he's not doing in terms of the things he said he's gonna do, and if he doesn't do the things he says, then I'm gonna hold him accountable, right? And I'm gonna talk about that. And if he's doing good, then I gotta give them credit, right? I can't knock someone if they're doing the right thing, right? Whether I agree with them, whether I like them, whether I'm political, if someone's doing the right thing and things are better, then I'm going to support that. I'm going to give credit to that, right? And that's the way I feel about it. Clearly, the Democrats, Biden, Harris, they're not the answer to anything. They're not the answer to the problems that the United States have. That's why people voted against it. Again, I don't believe in these elections, but if you want to take it at face value, for sure, even if these elections are rigged or whatever, I still believe that most people would have wanted Trump to win. So the right person won, right? Unlike last time where I think the wrong person won, this time I feel at least the will of the people has been made to be. People got what they wanted. They wanted Trump. You got Trump. Now you got to hold the dude accountable for what he says he's going to do. If he doesn't do it, you got to get at him. If he does it, okay, give him his props, right? That's the way I see it. So that's all I have to say, really. I don't have too much to say about it. I did say that if it was close, in the popular vote, it was close, right? Not close, but close enough that it should not have been that close. I don't know how there are that many psychopaths in the United States that voted for Harris. I can't conceive of it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people to think that there's anything good on the Democrat side. You got to be a brainwashed psychopath to really think that the Democrats are doing anything good for the United States. They're destroying the United States. And the only reason why I support the United States, quote unquote, as an entity or a country is because it's the last bastion of so-called freedom in the world. And if the United States falls, then the world, everything falls. Like it'll be pure darkness. There'll be no light, no good, no hope, no nothing. So hopefully this man restores some respect to the country, restores some kind of order, some decency. Maybe he gets involved in these wars and stops the wars, right? Like what's going on with Israel and Palestine, what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. You know, hopefully he can make sense of these things and put an end to it. And from what I've seen from his last term, he did try to do that. So to give him some credit, he did try to stop these things from happening, or he didn't try to. He's not a warmonger. As much as people try to make him out to be a warmonger, now I've heard that supposedly he might try to do that, but I don't think so, to be honest. I really don't think he's that kind of person, or that he's going to try to do that. If he does do that, then he's going to lose all types of support from everyone. And it is what it is. But whatever he does, it's going to really tell people how legitimate these elections are. Because if he sticks to his word and he does what he says he's going to do, then I guess elections do kind of matter, right? But I still don't believe in the process. And again, it is what it is. I don't really care either way. But hopefully he does what he says. And again, the only thing I want from him is to make all social media platforms have free speech. There has to be some kind of United States law, because we already have free speech. But if you're an American company and you're operating in the United States, you have to allow free speech with the parameters that I said earlier, right? About the common sense things that people all agree upon, right? Where no terroristic shit, no threats on people's lives, things like that. Of course, I believe those things should be removed. But other than that, I don't think there should be any limit to what people can say. That's the way I feel about it. Let's see if he does that. We'll see. Anyways, if you guys like, comment, subscribe. Share where you can. I have a few more videos coming out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.